Hey guys, it's Rich with another Stitch and Witch vlog. I wanted to kind of reiterate how much work is really kicking my butt. And I can't get too much into it, for obvious reasons. But, I mean, it's nothing life-threatening or anything like that. It's just a nuisance right now. So, I kind of wanted to talk today about things being put in a timely order. I am one of those ones who I will sit around and I will plan everything out on a timetable and then nothing gets done. And that's kind of what happened here. They had everything planned out in a way that, yes, everything could get done in a timely manner, but nobody sent the word down to us to go and do our part of the job. So we're kind of left with, hey, you're working Saturday. So tonight I have to go in and pull another shift, which is kind of quite hectic whenever I'm sitting there putting together all these packets of information together to send up to the next person. So because of somebody else's misstep, let's call it, on letting us know that our part of the job needs to be done, I have to give some extra time of what would be my free time. I have to give that extra time up. Now, I do enjoy doing these packets. It's a lot of good practice for me. However, giving up my weekend is not something I really enjoy doing. Especially if you look around me, I have my dorm room in shambles right now. It's quite messy. I really need to get my life together here. I'm one of those people that will clean like once a week, and I hate cleaning throughout the week. So once a week I set a little bit of time aside and I completely clean everything up. Everything will look pristine. It'll look like a brand new place. However, they're taking that day away from me. So I end up coming home to a dorm room in shambles still. Not something I enjoy. Now I could avoid all these problems by actually cleaning as I go, but that's too logical for me. I really hate taking time after I'm done doing something or as I'm doing something to clean up. It just doesn't work for me. And that's something I need to work on. Whenever I finish one thing and want to go on to something else, I kind of just want to jump into it. And that's something that whenever I'm in that situation, I need to, especially if you're following the 40-day empowerment journey, I need to stop, be in the moment, say no to myself, and breathe. Very powerful messages there. That's all on me, and knowing me, I'm not one for that. Unfortunately, it's a detriment to the way I have my dorm room. But in the future, hopefully I will slowly change into somebody that cleans as they go. Eventually, it will finally stick with my normal regimen. Today I came home and I took off my uniform, I threw it in the laundry bag, and I just crashed. I went straight to bed. I didn't want to deal with anything else going on. I didn't even want to do my video for the 40-day empowerment journey before going to bed, which I do like to do it that way, because then all I have to do is edit and upload whenever I wake up. However, that didn't happen. So, because I fell straight asleep, and then I got up, oh boy, it was probably around 3, 4 o'clock, and I watched some Netflix, really getting into How I Met Your Mother, about halfway through. And yeah, then I went to go get something to eat, and then came up and did my videos. So, yeah, kind of an odd day, because I was called before going to dinner that, yes, I will probably, most likely, have to go into work today. Well, hopefully it's a little bit more relaxed than a regular duty day where we are just focusing on one specific thing. So hopefully I can get a lot done in a little bit of time. But, of course, as plans go, sometimes all of that falls apart. So, here's to hoping and having a positive outlook that everything will stay together and run like a well-oiled machine. A well-oiled machine. I kind of like that term, too. It's, if you guys don't know, I'm a welder and machinist. Yes, a welder and machinist knitting in front of you. Kind of odd. But it is what it is, and I make no apologies for it. So, anyway, being a machinist, I know the importance of a well-oiled machine and what can happen whenever one isn't well-oiled. So that phrase is something that is very important. Something else that's been kind of bugging me is all of the political crap that's all over Facebook. I wish I could filter all that stuff out. And the reason that I wish I could filter it all out is because the people that sit there and put all of these Facebook things, these memes or whatever they are, the little posters, whatever, all of them that put that type of material on Facebook in a demeaning way, I really have to ask myself, what are you doing to change the outcome to fit what you want? Are you involved in a political campaign? If not, why not? So I have to ask those people, what are they doing to be the change that they want to see in the political sector of their lives? Are they just going to complain the entire time? Or what are they doing to turn the tables in their favor? I'm kind of afraid to ask that question to certain people because I know the answer is going to be, well, it's my right to complain. And yes, you do have the right to complain. You have the right to freedom. You have the right to express yourself. However, if you're not being part of the change, if you are not somehow influencing the world beyond complaining in a post on Facebook, what are you doing? And if you're one of those people that do this, please stop. Only because if you're not doing anything to change the outcome, if you're not participating in the world in any way that will make a difference to the outcome of society in general, why would you complain about it? Now, I can see that if you're complaining about something not going your way because you're actually doing something, I can understand that, and those are your frustrations and you're getting them out. However, if you're getting out frustrations over something somebody else is doing and you're not doing anything to counteract it, then really, your complaints are just you venting about things that piss you off, and that really doesn't help anybody. And especially with some of these demotivational or memes that are floating around the internet right now, a lot of them are just pure hatred towards anybody. Any political person, any type of movement, any form of thinking, none of them are really empowering to anybody else. They're just to demean somebody else to make yourself feel better. So if you're putting stuff like that online, I suggest you to rethink this. And I'm not saying that you cannot do it. I'm just saying that if you choose to do it, why are you doing it? What is your motivation behind it? Are you doing it just to make yourself feel better, or are you doing it to enlighten somebody else about a change that needs to occur, and asking for them to help you with a movement that you are either leading the charge on or that you are a part of? Now, I'll say this, because of the way that the political system is set up right now, I don't vote, and that's basically because I have an absentee ballot for the state of Pennsylvania, and my vote will not count until about a month to like 3 months after the election takes place. And not only that, I'm kind of upset with how the Electoral College is formed, how your individual vote doesn't really hold much weight at all anymore. They've really taken away from the power of the people and the way that the elections actually were supposed to be. And for that reason, also the fact that whether or not I vote Republican or Democrat, that Pennsylvania is always a Democrat state in its voting. If I voted for anybody else that was not a Democrat, it would basically not count anyway. So it's kind of like being a Democrat and being in Texas. Your vote's really not going to matter. So yeah, that's another reason I don't vote. And the third reason that I don't vote is because I hate all of the mudslinging that goes on between candidates. One candidate lashes out at another. Everybody's skeletons come out of the closet, and while I think some information should be shared on the candidates and some things should be known to the people of what the candidate has done in the past, I don't think that every aspect of their life needs to be aired out in the public setting. It's really gotten a little too fueled by the popularity and the prestige of being a president. Let's face it, being a president anymore is not really that glamorous of a job. You're constantly thrown through the ringer and dragged through the mud. So not really a job that I would ever want to have. And I have to constantly ask myself, why do they want to be president? Are they truly thinking that they are going to make a difference? Which they definitely could. Or is it because they want the power and the money and the prestige and to make their mark in the history books? And that's the way they choose to do it. So, kind of the questions that I have to ask whenever looking at a candidate. And right now, I don't even realize like who's running right now, because again, it really doesn't matter with my vote as it sits. Yeah, just a few thoughts on that. And I hate talking politics anymore. There was a time whenever I was very involved in politics. But nowadays, I don't really understand these people. I don't understand their motivation. I just don't really get them. So, yeah, not really into politics anymore because of the type of people that seem to be running and their motivation behind running. Just not something I get into anymore. So just a few thoughts that I had that I wanted to capture and relay onto you guys. See what your thoughts are on all the memes, the political campaigns, the mudslinging out there and what all's going on with these people. See what your thoughts are on all of it. So with that, I'm going to sign off. I gotta edit these down. I have another Stitch and Witch video that I need to upload because my computer's acting a little crazy and doesn't want to do what I want it to do. So, but before I go, I do want to show you guys that, yes, it is about 33 or so inches. Yep. So I'm almost, well, I'm a little over halfway there, so, yep. It's turning out very nice. I am pleased with it so far. And, yeah. So until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs.